When we hear AI, we often picture something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But the truth is, it's not some far-off concept anymore. It's already here, working quietly behind the scenes in our hospitals and even in our homes. So today, we're going to dive into this fascinating new reality, where AI is becoming our new digital doctor. So let me just ask you this. What if your next doctor wasn't a person at all? I mean, really think about that. It's a pretty wild thought, isn't it? Trusting an algorithm with your health? It sounds like pure science fiction, but here's the thing. It's exactly where we're heading and fast. And nope, this isn't just a concept. This is really happening. AI is an active, growing force in medicine right now. I'm talking everywhere, from the ER all the way to your own bathroom mirror. It's becoming this essential partner in our health. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how that's happening. All right, so first up, let's talk about the real heroes on the front lines, our doctors and nurses. I think we all know they're under incredible pressure, and that's actually one of the first places AI is stepping in to lend a hand. One of the single biggest problems in healthcare right now is burnout. Our clinicians are just brilliant, but they get absolutely buried under mountains of paperwork and admin tasks. It's exhausting. It leads to burnout. So the big question is, how can we fix this? And where does AI fit into that puzzle? Get ready for this number. 10 million hours. That's how much time nurses in the US spend every single year just on shift handoffs. Just think about that for a second. Imagine if all that time could be spent, actually caring for patients instead. Okay, so this is where the tech comes in. HCA Healthcare teamed up with Google to build an app that takes this problem on directly. It uses AI to read all those complex patient notes and spit out clear, simple summaries. And yeah, it's got an 86% accuracy rate in early tests, which is great. But you know what's even more telling? A 90% approval rate from the nurses themselves. That shows you this isn't just some gadget. It's a tool that people on the front lines actually want to use. And it doesn't just stop with nurses either. Doctors are also getting a kind of AI personal assistant, something to help them cut through that absolute mountain of paperwork they have to deal with every single day. So check this out. It's called Dragon Copilot from Microsoft. It basically listens in on the conversation between a doctor and a patient, and then it just does the paperwork automatically. It pulls out orders, drafts referral letters, creates the visit summary, the whole thing. And this really drives home the point, right? The goal isn't to replace doctors. It's to free them up so they can focus on the actual human being right there in front of them. Okay, so AI is an amazing administrative assistant. Got it. But can it do more? Can it go beyond the clipboard and actually help with, the diagnosis part? Can it spot things that a human doctor might miss? Well, the answer seems to be a big, resounding yes. Take this tool developed over at Harvard, for instance. It's designed specifically to find hidden injuries in trauma patients. So what it does is it sifts through all the imaging reports and patient data, it cleans up the medical language so everything is super clear, and then it actually recommends follow-up tests. But here's the really brilliant part. It's built to be a little paranoid. It's intentionally biased toward false positives, just to be extra sure that nothing critical gets missed. It's like a digital safety net, which is just genius. All right, let's shift gears now and step outside of the hospital, because AI isn't just for doctors and nurses. It's actually becoming a bigger part of our everyday lives, and it's starting to shape our health and wellness in some pretty unexpected ways. Let's look at senior living communities. There's a company called August Health, and they're using AI to give caregivers real-time insights. And the results are pretty amazing. We're talking about a 23% drop in incidents with residents. At the same time, community revenue went up by 20%, so it's making life safer for the residents, and it's also helping keep the facilities running smoothly. That's a huge win-win. Okay, now for a question for you. Picture this, a mirror in your bathroom. But this mirror scans you every single day. It tracks your heart rate, your blood pressure, all that stuff, and then it gives you personalized health tips powered by AI. So would you trust it? Well, ready or not, this isn't a what-if scenario anymore. This tech is already here. It was just shown off at the latest Consumer Electronics Show.
It's called the Omnia Smart Mirror, made by Withings, and it's pretty much a complete health hub right in your bathroom. It does a 360-degree body scan, it tracks all your key vitals, it syncs up with your smartwatch or fitness tracker, and then uses AI to deliver those personalized health tips. I mean, this is a level of daily health monitoring that we've just never had access to before.
But as AI starts keeping tabs on our physical health, it's also creeping into a much more personal area, our mental and emotional health. And, well, this is where the conversation gets a lot more complicated. So, why are so many people turning to AI companions? Well, a recent study looked into this, and the reasons are deeply human. Almost everyone, 93%, uses them for friend-like chats. A huge 80% are looking for emotional support. And yes, 68% even use them for romantic role play. It's pretty clear that what people are really searching for is connection. But here's the twist. That same study found a pretty stark number, a negative 0.47 correlation between heavy chatbot use and happiness. So let me translate that. While people are seeking connection, the people who use these chatbots the most tend to be the least happy. And that raises a really big, uncomfortable question. Is this AI actually helping, or could it be making things worse? And this quote from the researchers who did the study, it just hits the nail on the head. They said the goal for developers shouldn't be to replace human friends, but to design bots that strengthen our real-world relationships. It's a really delicate balance, a tightrope we all have to walk.
Okay, so we've looked at AI as a doctor's assistant, a diagnostic partner, a daily health coach, and even an emotional companion. So after all that, what's the big picture here? What's the main takeaway?
I think it's pretty clear that AI is a tool with incredible, almost unimaginable power. On one hand, it can save our frontline heroes tons of time and even spot diseases that could save a life. But on the other hand, it's raising these really deep, complex questions about our emotional lives and what connection even means anymore. And that really leaves us with one final, crucial question. This isn't science fiction, it's not on the horizon. It is here. So as AI becomes this permanent partner in our health, probably the most important job we have now is to figure out where we draw the line. What are the boundaries we need to set to make sure this incredibly powerful tool actually ends up serving all of us for the better?